Welcome to an evening with Yin Yoga. This evening, we're going to work through a few poses to relax the body. And if you would like to bring your cat or dog with you onto the mat, tonight might be a good night to use them as part of our practice. If you don't have a cat or dog, you're welcome to kindle a memory of a favorite pet or even an experience you had with a live animal at a barn or maybe in nature itself, just an experience when you could see another animal breathing and connect to their energy and their pathways and their temperatures. So let's go right over onto our hands and knees. Pad the knees if you like. I have this handy dandy little knee pad I'm going to use tonight. Hands down on the floor, right under the shoulders, and take a moment to straighten up that spine. Imagine you were tugging from the top of the head to the hips, trying to create as much length as you could. You might draw the belly in here to find more length. And now we're moving through cow-cat tilts. So for the cow pose, we drop the heart and lift the gaze. Feel the curve in the back. Maybe you think of the sway of the back on a cow. You might think of those hip bones that are way up high on a cow, and think of your own sitting bones, trying to lift those a little higher also. And your chin forward. Feel the throat stretch as you look forward, eyes on the front of your head. All right, let's go the other way. From the hips, start with the hips, and roll the hips so that you move into a cat pose, and we'll drop the head, we'll lengthen the neck, we'll push into the hands slowly and down into the shins. And we look a little bit like an arched back cat here, or a Halloween cat. And I don't know if you've ever seen a cat as it begins to see a mouse or something, some little tiny critter fluttering across the floor, but sometimes it's a very slow move into this position. So let's move back to cow, and next time we move into cat, imagine you were a cat. Get into your cow pose, and imagine with your eyes, you're a cat seeing something that looks suspicious, and start that slow transition, that ripple of the spine into your cat pose, as if there were a little bit of horror or challenge here. Slide those shoulders up, drop the head now. They don't usually drop their head. Do that one more time. See if you can bring the feeling of the animal into the poses. Look forward for your cow. And slowly draw yourself into that cat shape as if you were acting out a cat, as if you were embodying the feeling of that animal. Alright, back to neutral, table pose. Good old puppy stretch. Reach those arms forward. You probably know this one if you have a dog. Palms reach way out in front of the shoulders. Heart moves down toward the ground. Every time a dog gets up from a rest, it stretches first, just like this. Forehead could come down if you like. We could learn so much. If we stretched every time we got up, we would do much better. Forehead could even rock side to side here. If that feels good, massage the eyebrow and that third eye space. I've never seen my dog do this, but it feels good. I'm going to hold this puppy stretch. You can keep the elbows hovering or drop them onto the mat. And if you drop them onto the mat, you might want to bring your palms up above your head. And then dip the thumbs back toward the neck. And those of you holding a deep puppy stretch might want to walk the elbows just a little bit further forward and draw the hips further back to activate a tricep stretch from underneath the arm to the elbow. Opening up the back here, holding the pose, breathing with a steady yoga breath.
back to our table pose. So hands down, lift up. If table feels good, you could stay there. If you want to add some C curves, left ear to left hip, right ear to right hip, you could do that. If it would feel better to roll the whole rib cage in a barrel roll, you're welcome to do that. And find a neutral spine, stretch out any way you need. We're going to move forward to a thread the needle pose next. So keep your left hand where it is, but we're going to reach that right hand all the way up. We're going to twist the chest toward the side wall, reach the right hand up, and then thread the needle. Right arm slides underneath the left one. Bring the right ear and right shoulder down. We're doing this again. Here we go again. Press that left hand down, sweep that right arm up. And this time we'll stay. Go ahead and thread the needle and we'll stay. First one was just a prep. Land your right ear down again, your right shoulder down. And this threaded arm, this right arm might want to stay where it is. You want to feel a stretch from that shoulder across the arm, maybe across the back. Or you might want to slide it a little further forward, up toward the top of the mat for a slightly different, good, deep stretch. And for some, that's plenty. That's exactly where you want to be. One of the other nice variations would be this right hand, instead of having it underneath this left arm, you could reach your right arm back between your knees, back to your ankles. And bring your right hand to your left ankle. And let your ear and shoulder come down. Your hips are a little higher in this variation, but it should offer a nice shoulder stretch, so you choose. Thread the needle, maybe a little higher toward the top of the mat, or thread the right hand between the knees and hold the left, the opposite ankle. All right, second side, bring yourself back up to that table pose again. You choose. Stillness might feel good. Rib circles might feel good. C curves or cat-cow might feel good. Notice what your body craves here. What stretch does it need? And give it that nice counter pose that it's asking for. When you're ready, we'll set back up for thread the needle, and again, we'll do it twice to get set up. So the right hand takes all the pressure, that left hand sweeps out and up, chest toward the left side wall. Thread the needle, first of two, left hand under right, left ear down, left shoulder down, get set up, and when you're ready, here we go again. Pressure into that right hand, sweep that left hand up, and set up, thread the needle. Left arm underneath the right one. Left ear down, left shoulder down, hips are up. You could stay here, maybe reach right fingertips toward the top of the mat. Or you could try the threaded through the knees pose. So that left hand, instead of being underneath the right one, would come up. That left hand reaches back between the knees and takes the opposite ankle. So in this case, left hand would take the right ankle. You might need to put a little more curve in the spine or come up a little bit higher in order to activate this stretch. Play with it. See what your body needs this evening. Breathe into the area that's tight. Maybe it's right behind the shoulder or in the arm or in the back. See if you can breathe in the space underneath the tight muscle. See if that breath can expand the muscles in the area where it needs a little more space. Ready? We're going to exit the pose, coming back to table, offering the body a counter stretch as needed, and then we will slide forward onto our bellies. Starting with a very low Sphinx pose. So as you're ready, bring yourself down to the ground, extend the head forward, reach the toes back. I hope if you have a couple cats or dogs that they've settled down and there's room for you on your mat. Think of your hips. The front of your hips are down. Reach through the crown of the head. Look down at your thumbs. We'll take a quick shoulder dip here. Just dip your right shoulder to the center of the mat as you look down along your left side of the mat. All the way back to that left toe, left heel. Other way, come back through your mini Sphinx here and then dip the left shoulder. Look all the way down along the right side of the mat. Let your eyes catch your right foot. And now one breath, one movement, same thing again. Inhale, up to your cobra or your low Sphinx. Exhale, dip one shoulder, look down the opposite side body. Inhale through center. Exhale, look down the other side as you dip the opposite shoulder. Inhale through center and we'll come all the way down to the mat. So bring the chest down, the chin down, forehead down. And you can stack your arms or your hands for your forehead, or maybe your forehead is on the floor. Half frog is our next posture. It's a lot easier than that butterfly pose. It's half a butterfly on our belly. So draw your right knee up beside you. And right shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. So the foot is not even close to the hips, but the heel is right beneath the knee. So slide that right leg out. And that'll look like this. The shin and the knee are parallel to one another. Toes are turned out. The inside of the knee is on the ground. And the opposite leg, that left leg is straight beside you. You might nudge that right knee a little further away to activate the stretch. You might choose to put your right hand on your right hip to remind that right hip muscle to let go. You might only place your hand there for a moment. If that's hard to hold the hand there, just a touch, the warmth, the weight of the hand might remind the muscle to let go. And then you could just move the hand back to support the head or wherever you like. Finally, if you feel like you need more intensity in this stretch, you could add a little muscular pressure to the inside of that right knee and just slide the knee further into the floor, deepen your stretch by pressing down. You may want to open the hip a bit. When you do that though, hold only for about 5 seconds and then soften again. Take off the pressure and just let that soft tissue stretch. The muscle engagement is there just to get your stretch in a little deeper. Backing off that stretch, letting go of the muscular engagement is where the stretch happens. This gets you into the right spot, a deeper spot for opening that hip and inner leg. Feel that breath continue to move through you as if you were a sleeping pet. Just moving the breath, heart to nose to heart. Heart to nose on the inhale, nose to heart on the exhale. Inhaling up, heart to nose. Exhaling down, nose to heart. Let's stay right where you are, but switch sides. Slide the right leg down, draw the left leg up. Left knee is on the edge of the mat. Left shin is on the edge of the mat. Left toes face out. Same thing here. If you need more intensity, you could bring a little, if you need to release that left hip muscle, just a little touch, a little weight of the hand, a little warmth from the hand can remind the muscle to let go. Sometimes just thinking of it Even sending a message like, hey, left hip, let go. Sometimes that does it, let go. Good hip knows its job is to hold the leg to the torso, and it works all the time. Sometimes we get so good at it and the muscles get so strong that we forget that there is the ability to let go. So we come to the mat and practice our yoga. We remind the body how to let go. We invite the breath to circulate. The lymph and the blood can also circulate better when the muscles relax. Sometimes a generalized mantra of let go, or sometimes a specific mind tap, where you just say hip let go, thigh let go, toes, ankles, any tension, let go. If you do need more intensity, a little pressure down on this left knee, so engaging that left knee down onto the floor with just a bit of muscular pressure for about 5 seconds, and letting that hip open while you do that. And then soften again, hips a little deeper, stretches in a little deeper, and just settle into the pose. As you're ready to exit the pose, bring yourself back into a straight line. Draw both legs in. We're going to push up briefly to a child's pose. So anything else you need, you're welcome to take as you transition back to your child's pose. Maybe a cat-cow in the middle. But eventually set up in your very favorite version of child's pose. So you might choose to have the knees a little wider, so there's room for the chest and a straight back. You might want to have your knees a little closer together, so there's a deeper bend over the thighs and more opening in the low back. And in that case, hands could be forward or back around the ankles. Your favorite version of child's pose. With breath. All right, returning to our bellies for a cactus stretch for our arms. A goalpost stretch for the arms. So straighten back out. Lengthen your feet back out behind you and bring yourself down to the mat. We'll start with the left arm. Left arm straight out beside you, straight arm stretch. And for those of you who are worried about dislocating shoulders or have frozen shoulder or rotator cuff tears, maybe you're just most comfortable with a straight arm here. If you're comfortable bending the elbow up, so the forearm is parallel to the long edge of the mat, you can do that. More gentle version would be the straight arm stretch. Either way, put your right ear down on the mat. And bring your right hand in beside you. Your right hand will give you a push. So you line up along the left side of your body. Whole left side of the body is on the mat. And your left arm is out beside you. Or maybe you have a bend in that left elbow. And then your left arm is beside you, but you can't get that shoulder down as well. So it's hard to get that left shoulder head toward the floor, on the floor, but keep it working toward the floor. That's our stretch. And if you need to come out of the pose and reorient it, or if you want to try the bent arm stretch, go ahead and do that. We have about 3 more breaths in this pose. Set up, get yourself comfortable for these last 3 breaths. And those of you who want to lift your left thumb into the air, something if you have the bent elbow, that can be a nice addition. Just a gentle twist to the pectoral muscle as you lift your thumb, your left thumb into the air. Right back onto your belly. Take a moment or two in between sides. These forward face down poses with deep stretches are enormously relaxing, challenging, and unplugging. All right, second side, right arm straight out beside you, or you bend your right elbow so it's parallel to the long edge of the mat. So that would look like either a straight arm or a bent arm. And this is something you can always do on the wall too. So if you have your arm behind you on a wall or in that L shape on the wall, make sure it's behind you and you're moving your other shoulder away from the wall. If you're on the mat, you'll simply bring that left hand in next to us and roll over to the right side of the mat. So the whole right side of the body is down. Left hand is giving you a push as you roll into the right side of the body and stretch that right arm, either the straight arm stretch or with the L shape. You can orient your legs any way you like, stacked, bent, or a combination. Feel the breath rocking your pose a little bit, ever so slightly deepening the stretch as you fill up with air. All right, relax back onto your belly. The arms should feel very open. Take a few breaths here before we continue. Hopefully by this point in the practice, if your pet is still there, they've calmed right down. Listen to their breath now. Tune into their relaxed, maybe asleep energy. And maybe there's a memory of a completely relaxed animal. Maybe even one who's so asleep they're half falling off the couch or half upside down, completely in that Zen state. Drink in that feeling, remember that, or embody that. And transition back up to either table or down dog. We're moving into a nice deep hip flexor stretch. So if you're in down dog, you can move to the pose by bringing your right foot forward between your hands and setting up a couple blocks. If you're in table, same thing, bring a few blocks to the front of the mat, step your right foot forward. We'll take a nice deep bend into that right knee as we look forward and draw the heart forward. The blocks are here to help us with a back bend as we're here. So the heart pulls away from that front knee, knee draws toward the top of the mat, heart backs away from that knee. Deepening the stretch on the left hip flexor. Keep the knee down for the deepest stretch. If you need to pad the knee, go right ahead, maybe a block under the knee, actually a block under the thigh. kneecap does not need to be pressed down onto a block, but if you want the kneecap to hover, thigh support is nice. And let's take a pyramid stretch from here. We'll stand on that left shin and extend the right leg. That front leg now extends all the way out. Yeah, don't forget to breathe here. This is where the breath stops and gets caught. And try to just stretch into that right leg, hinge forward over that right leg. Nudge the right hip back. The ball of the right foot could press further forward if you want. You could even put the whole right foot onto the mat, or the sole of the foot onto the mat, stretching the ankle on the top of the leg. Or you might use more of the ball of the foot, a flexed foot, or I guess that's a floint, half point, half flex, pushing through the ball of the foot will give you a deep stretch into this pose also. Heel is down, right heel down. That pressure into the right heel allows that right hip to slide back even more. Breathe into the area of the leg or the hip which is stretching the most. Try to get the breath right underneath the stretch, underneath the muscles that are stretching. All right, let's return to our hip flexor stretch one more time, to our runner's lunge stretch or our crescent lunge stretch. Straighten that left hip flexor out one more time, dragging that left foot behind us as if it were a lizard's tail. And we'll switch sides. So you can move to table, or you could move to down dog. If you need a few seconds in child's pose, great. If down dog feels like a restorative pose where you can stretch out and feel comfortable, you could stay here for 3 breaths. So table, or child, or down dog. Take the pose you need as we transition to the last side of runner's lunge. When you're ready, it will be the left foot coming forward to the front of the mat. Maybe a few blocks to frame that front foot. Back knee, your right knee now is down, padded on the mat if you need. Right toes are down. If you want to pad this with a block underneath that right thigh, the base of that right thigh, that can be nice. It lifts the knee up off the ground, gives it a little space. That's a gentle stretch there for the quad. Still looking forward as the knee, that left knee moves forward. We're bringing the chest back, the heart retracts, the knee protrudes forward. We're trying to get as much space in that right hip as we can. And your right shin is down, your right toes pressed down. Nice C curve here, deep hip flexor opener. And when you're ready, we'll stretch that left leg, pyramid stretch. So put your right knee down, right shin down, and lengthen that left leg. Left heel slides a little further forward, left toes are up in the air. Left leg is long, and you hinge forward from the hips so the back stays straight. But you get a really delicious stretch right along the back of that left leg and into that left hip. Maybe the foot, the sole of the foot goes down toward the ground. Maybe it's just the ball of that left foot that pushes forward. Either way, that left heel is down, the left hip is stretching back. And the mantra is let go. One more return to our runner's stretch. Walk those blocks and hands forward. Bend that left knee forward. Allow that right leg to drag behind you. Moving the chest back and the knee forward. And good news, we are headed to our backs next. So when you're ready, move out of this pose back to down dog or back to table. When you find your down dog or table, find a moment where you can straighten your spine. Look up toward the top right corner of your mat. And then slide your gaze all the way down. This is a neck stretch. Slide your gaze slowly down to the right lower corner of your mat. Ever so slowly turn your gaze over to your left corner of the mat, bottom of the mat. And trace the long left side of the mat up, 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 so your neck really has completed this rectangle. And take 2 or 3 complete rotations clockwise for the neck. And after you've done that, we'll do the same thing the other way. And you can stay in your down dog or in your table. Bring lots of breath in here and let the neck be loose. Gaze all 4 corners of the mat, one right after the next. And then on to our backs. When you're ready, find your way onto your back, where we will just rest in Shavasana. So if you have an eye pillow around, or if you want a bolster under your knees, or a blanket over your chest, those would be great props to add at this point. Traditional Shavasana, we are flat on our back, hands are about 45-degree angles from the body. Breath is steady. As you're in your Shavasana, try to remember the essence of a relaxed animal. Maybe you have one right next to you with a complete, almost rubbery and limp and happy and warm relaxation. Maybe you remember a dog or a cat being that way. Maybe it was at a zoo or at the beach, on a farm where you saw a really spectacular part of an animal, their essence. How to carry that unique essence with you into Shavasana. If you can stay right where you are, that would be great. Stay where you are as long as you can until your body calls you back to wake up. If you'd like to finish here at the top of the hour, then go ahead and bring a little motion back to the fingers and toes. And maybe even draw the knees in toward the chest. And eventually find your way into a final pose, maybe on your back or maybe on your side. Drink in just a little more of relaxation of the way you feel. eventually back upright. We pull ourselves back up to the pose we started with, a nice seated posture. Crown of the head again lifts as the sitting bones descend. And we'll finish with 3 breaths. 3 breaths here all together. Draw the air in and fill all the way up. And at the top of the breath, let go. 2 more like that. Air in, fill all the way up. As if you were bringing in medicine or healing, breathe in that air and let it go. Last breath, that fresh air, let it in and let it go. Palms at heart center.